Hello everybody, I'm Adam and welcome to a new series I'm starting. Don't know what to call it yet, but I'll think of something eventually. But yeah, the whole point of this series is that me showing you awesome designs and machines that give you cool stuff, mainly using different mods. For this episode, however, the first episode, I'm going to be showing you how to build one of these machines. Now, this machine will give you a random item in the game. Anything. It could be anything from a wooden pickaxe to diamonds. You can see in this chest, if you open it up, I've got a whole lot of stuff here, just, by leaving this machine running just for like 10-15 minutes. And how it works is it starts off here. This is an equivalent exchange setup with some Mark III relays surrounding an energy collector. And the collectors are sat next to the relays to give them EMC, which transfer it into the energy collector here in the middle. And this collector is targeting stone, and you can see it fills the chest up pretty much the instant I targeted stone in there, so that was cool. And then it uses this transposer, I think it is, transposer, to pull it out at a 0.5 second. Every 0.5 seconds it will pull a piece of stone out through the pneumatic tube, and it will stick in these recyclers. It'll spread it evenly because they are each evenly placed distance apart from the center. And you can see I've overclocked it to the max and some transformer upgrades because I've got the power running straight from that MFSU over here, which outputs at 512 EUT. So yeah, the stone gets into here, gets turned into scrap, and that will get pulled out by this retriever, which pulls out scrap down the pneumatic tubes, also at a 0.5 second pulse. Then it will spit the item out into this obsidian pipe. This is part of the build craft now, so that was a red power and industrial craft here, and now we're going into build craft, so it spits out and gets caught by the obsidian pipe and gets put into this auto crafting table, which crafts scrap boxes. And for those of you who don't know what a scrap box does, if I grab one out here, if you have it in your hand and you right click it, it will drop a random item in the game onto the ground. In this case it dropped a filled tin can, which I don't want at the moment, but yeah, so when you right click it, it will drop a random item onto the ground. And then I have the engines here pulling out of the auto crafting table the scrap boxes, and it sends them up to the deployer, which a deployer is part of red power, and it will right click anything you put into this inventory at with a redstone pulse. And I've wired this up to my sequencer, so this will deploy anything in there at a 5 second pulse, 0.5 second pulse. And then yeah, so that gets deployed, dropped into this transposer again, transposer, and then that gets put into the chest, and the items are collected in here in this chest. And yeah, gets a good amount of stuff. I've got a gold helmet, minecarts, loads of cool stuff. So that's the basic machines and how it works. Oh, also over here I've got another equivalent exchange flower thingy. Same thing as we had over there, producing stone, but instead this time it is producing charcoal. Why charcoal? Because it is worth less EMC than coal, so you can produce more of it quicker. And then I have a logistic supplier pipe here, provider, which provides the coal to these supplier pipes, which keeps this generator here and all the others supplied with 32 charcoal at any one time. And then the generator burns the charcoal and puts all the power into here. We've already got 2 million EU, which is awesome. Okay, so that's the basic gist of how this works. You can see here I set up just a red power battery box to the retriever because it does require power, a couple of solar panels on the top. So that's the basic gist of how this machine works. So now I shall show you how to build it. Okay, first things first, you want to set up your equivalent exchange flower to produce the stone. So place your energy condenser in the center here, and then you want to place your Mark 1, 2 or 3 relays around it. Doesn't matter what ones they are, it's only stone, so it's quite cheap, won't require much, but I'm going to put Mark 3s just for, because they're awesome. Okay, and then in the corners here you want to place your collectors like so, and then on top of your collectors you can put glowstone if you want, just to make sure that they have enough light. And then you can see that the relays are already starting to collect power, so put your stone in the top here, in the type block, and it will instantly just generate a ton of it. So, once you've done that, you then want to get your transposer and your pneumatic tubes. I recommend using the redstone ones as well, just to keep this design a bit more compact. So what you want to do, you want to shift click to place your transposer on top of the condenser, and then just rotate it around with your screwdriver or sonic screwdriver until the small hole is facing up. Then if you get your redstone pneumatic tubes, and then just place them coming out the top, like so. And then you can use redstone if you want, but I'm just going to do it like this. Like so. Okay, so once you've done that, you can then start wiring in your recyclers, and then I'll show you how to get the power up with the generators and all. Okay, so now to generate power, what you're going to want to do is get a similar setup as to here, or exactly the same in fact. So relays like that, condenser in the middle, and then condensers or collectors on around the outside, and just put some glowstone on the top of your collectors to ensure that they have enough light to collect. And then in here you can either put coal or charcoal, it's up to you. I usually go with charcoal because it's cheaper. Well, it's worth less EMC than coal, so you can create a lot of it very quickly. So now that's done, if we go over here, you can grab a generators and some glass fiber cable, and it's completely optional how you want to run these. For the sake of argument, or for the sake of demonstration actually, I'm going to run them like here, and then have an MFSU output facing there. And then if you want the glass fiber cable along like that, then you can have as many generators as you want sitting in front of it. I usually have 6, that's a good number to go with. And then if you grab some logistic pipes, you can do it with the logistic pipes, or you can do another method. I usually find that logistic pipes is probably the easiest way to do it. Right, so you want to put a provider pipe on top of your condenser here, and then you right click on it, and you want to switch this to leave first stack, and this will ensure that it will never take out this piece of charcoal here, the pit that's targeting. So because if it takes that out, then it won't produce any more charcoal, so that could be a problem. And then if you put a basic pipe here and here, and then connect them like that, that will ensure that nothing goes into this relay. And then just run some stone transport pipes here. You might want to put basic there. You want to put a basic logistic pipe at any intersection you have. So here, that's an intersection because you've got, you know, more than 2 paths going through this. So basic there and a basic there. And then after that, you want to put your supplier pipes underneath your generators, like so. And then if I just grab a piece of charcoal for a sec. Oops. Whatever. And then you want to get your wrench out, and this is perfectly optional, but I usually go, oops, I always do that. I usually go with half stack, will be good. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, half stack of coal, and then you put partial across the yes or no. I usually have it yes, because then it will just work better, I think. Like that, and you can see it's already starting to provide to our generators, and I'm just going to turn that down because industrial sounds are crap. Partial across yes, and the same here, you get the idea. Okay, so now that's done, what you want to do is place down your recyclers. Recycler. So one here, and one there, underneath where you put your pneumatic tubes. And now get your glass fiber cable, and I usually find it's best to run this underneath everything. Now what you don't want to do is connect it up to your MFSU yet, and because if you do that, then these will explode, and you don't want that. So what you want to do, you want to open this, and then you want to find transformer upgrades, and you want to put at least 3 in each of your recyclers, and I'll ensure that they won't explode, because the MFSU outputs power at 512 EUT. I'm just going to adjust my sound a bit. So that outputs at 512 EUT, and by default the recyclers can only take 32, so these transformer upgrades ensure that they don't explode. And then if you put 8 of overclockers in your recyclers, that will ensure that they do not get backlogged, and then you have items, you know, just flying about in your pneumatic tubes everywhere. Alright, so once that's done, you then want to, probably will be able to connect up now, so just find where my glass fiber cable is. So now it should be safe to connect it up. Yeah, so they're starting to get power, they're not exploding, which is awesome. So now that's done, what you want to do is get some pneumatic tubes and put one there, one there. In fact, these ones probably want to be redstone. I'll show you why in just a sec. And this one as well. And then to prevent those two touching, just go down here. You can get these, which are iron panels, or you can have any kind of cover. Iron cover, sorry. You can get any kind of covers in the game. They'll all work just the same, and you just want to shift click them onto the side of your recyclers like that, and that will make sure that your scrap doesn't come out of here and into the side of the recycler, and that will cause a problem. So once you've done that, you want to go and grab a retriever. Now this is an awesome thing as part of the red power too, and with your sonic screwdriver, just make sure it's rotated properly so the yellow end is facing your pneumatic tube, and then you want to give this guy some power. So a battery box, just put that on top there, and then again you can shift click your solar panels on the top of it. Now what I like to do is you can get a couple of covers and put them on either side, then put the solar panel on each of them. If I just set time to day so they can start charging, and that should start charging your battery box, and then your battery box will supply power to the retriever. Now the retriever you want to set to pull out scrap, so just put scrap in there and then it should be fine. So now that's sorted out and everything's working on this side, we can grab ourselves one of these, a timer, and then you can put this down anywhere, it doesn't really matter where. I'm going to put mine there, and then just with the lever switch off for now. And in fact we probably don't want it there. Oops. If you put it here and then leave it like that and just switch it off. After that you want to get some red alloy wire and then some jacketed wire of some sort. You can see here there's loads of different types of jacketed wire, so it doesn't matter what type, just as long as you have some. Then you want to run your jacketed wire from the redstone pneumatic tube you put into here, like so. And then the same goes here, you want to run some jacketed wire out of the redstone pneumatic tube you wired up to your retriever, and then just put some red alloy wire connecting them. And then if we turn it on, we should see it pulls out a piece of stone. Now I usually adjust this to, you know, half a second. Oops. Half a second seems good, and then they'll feed stuff into your recycler and it will work. So turn that off for now because it's just going to spit the scrap out of the back. So now I'm going to show you the rest of it and how to build the last bit of the machine. Alright, so the next bit requires an automatic crafting table, obsidian transport pipes, and some wood and some stone transport pipes. And you're also going to need a redstone engine and some redstone signal of some sort, torch or lever, doesn't matter. So 1 block away from your retriever you want to stick your obsidian pipe, and then your automated crafting table. Now in your crafting table, you want to get some scrap and place it all throughout blocks, 9 of it, in a cube like that, and that'll give you a scrap box. And then on another side of your crafting table, it doesn't matter which side, you want to put a wooden pipe connected to some stone transport pipes going up like that. And this part, I usually put a gold pipe here, just to speed things up a little. Awesome. Now what this will do is your retriever will spit stuff out of the back, and it will get caught in your obsidian pipe and sent into the crafting table. Now I tried to do this with pneumatic tubes, but what it did when the scrap came through, it just put it all in this top left corner here instead of distributing it throughout. So that was a problem, but it's solved with this. Now you want to get a redstone engine, so I'm just going to pull this back, grab a redstone engine, put it there like so, and then you can put a torch behind it, and it won't pull out this scrap box. It will only pull it out if it's got 2 or more pieces of scrap in each one of these. You can see it's not pulling it out, so that's cool. Right, now for the last part of the build, you're going to need a deployer and another transposer and some pneumatic tubes. But before that, you're actually going to want to run your stone transport pipes coming out of your crafting table a little bit higher up here. And then if you grab your deployer, you can put it facing down on the last pipe like that. So the scrap boxes will come out through here and into the deployer, and then you want to grab your transposer and then put it, you know, I usually find 1 block away from the deployer is a good range, and then just sonic it around so the small hole is facing down. Then the last part, I'll get a couple of pneumatic tubes, and then I usually just wire them into an alchemical chest. And that is the basic part of your build done. All you need to do now is wire up these 2, and that can be done simply with some red alloy wire, and just grab some covers, and then if you just run the wire like so, like this, and then you could place your covers on the side of your machines. That work? No, that's not going to work. Just place your covers on sides here, like that, and then you can run your alloy wire up the side, like that. And then this should all be wired properly. So just flick the lever, switch it on. The transposer starts pulling out stone, which gets put in the recyclers, and then it gets turned into scrap, which get pulled by the retriever and pushed out, yep, into the crafting table. And as soon as it's got 9, it will create a scrap box, which will be pulled up the tubes, up the pipes, sorry, buildcraft pipes, and into the deployer, which will deploy them, and that will get caught by the transposer, sent down the tubes, and into this chest. So let's see if it works. Almost. One more. Here's our scrap box. It's coming out. Just get sped up by the gold pipe in there, and you can see we have a piece of gravel. So that is the basic. That is it basically. The basic gist of this machine. It's simple to craft. You could, you know, it's not impossible to craft, and if you're doing this all legit, it's quite, you know, once you get a good amount of EMC built up in your Klein Star or something, you can get some machines, and the rest is quite simple and easy to make. So I've been Adam, and this is how to get some random items, basically something for nothing, out of Red Power, a little bit Buildcraft, Industrial Craft, and Equivalent Exchange. So I've been Adam,